Alright guys, it's Instructor Perez here again. So I'm here with my good friend, Mr. Napoli, student slash associate, also instructor here at the facility. We're going to do a video on how to self-defense against weapons. So we finally got to this type of video, which is one of my favorite things. It's very focused and very serious. And we live in dangerous times, so you have to be prepared. Victory loves preparation. So it's best to know something, not have to use it, than actually have to use it in a real situation, not know what to do. So right now we're Snappy's holding a tanto, or a wooden knife. This is primarily used as a training tool in Aikido and also other martial art disciplines. Most likely you'll probably see this in an Aikido school, Krav Maga, something of that nature. So I'm going to go real quick, a few things that you have to know about a knife. There's only about a few ways you can hold a knife. There's a standard way you can hold where the blade and the point is pointing at the person. Usually a person who holds a knife like this, they probably know something about how to use a knife, but they're not probably skilled. You probably would have to wear somebody's holding a knife like this. Okay, this is more of a martial art and military type of way of holding the knife. The problem with holding a knife like this with the edge out is that if Mr. Napoli tries to grab it, there's many different things I can do, okay, to hurt a person with holding a knife like this. So if you have an assailant or a person who attacks you with a knife like this, just be wary that this person, there could be that they have some kind of training, they do not hold a knife, and most likely you want to get what they want and get away from that person as quickly as possible. There's also another way, and I learned this training with somebody who has a Russian martial arts background. Shout out to Dmitry and the Gankwan Yusul martial arts class that we used to have in the Leonia school in New Jersey. So a lot of times you could see a guy holding the knife like this, and then he can have a free hand. And so Mr. Napoli right away he wants to put his hands up. But the problem with this type of situation, especially with the free hand, is as soon as I come in, he's going to be wary of the knife, very focused, and then I can use this hand to grab and then to stab him. Okay, so this type of fighting is really like a knife fight. Like this person really knows how to wield a knife and uses both limbs. All right, this is usually used to create space or have a hand on the guy, so if he tries to get away, he can't. And I repeatedly stab him a few times. So again, the knife is very dangerous, probably even more dangerous than the gun. I'll get into that in the later segment of the gun. So we're just going to go over two types of attacks. There's basically two types of attacks in most martial arts and also when using weapons. You're either going to go straight or circular. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's a punch or a kick or even a shot to the leg. All right, there are two types of attacks. There's going to be straight attacks and circular attacks. All right, so for now, okay, not that this is a technique that you want to use all the time against a knife attack. It all depends on how the person attacks you, but for now, we're going to work from a straight attack position. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Mr. Napoli take the tanto, and he's going to do a straight attack. This technique, we call it a cross block to a reverse wrist, and I'll get into that too. All right, so Mr. Napoli, we're going to go slow so people can see, and then we're going to rev it up after this. All right, so he's going to come and attack. I'm going to cross block him. From here, I'm going to post my hand on top of his wrist. I'm going to step off from his center, create a reverse wrist grip here, and push down his wrist. And that's the technique, all right? From here, I can easily grab the blunt of the knife and take it out. I like this position because there's many things I can do to him, all right, from this position, all right? So this is a very good position to neutralize a person and control them, and allows you to do a bunch of other things. Okay? Thank you, sir. All right, so now we're going to rev it up. We're going to go a little faster. So now you can use the other hand. All right, he's going to attack the hand. Ready, so come stab. All right, so I cross block. I'm going to reverse grip. Here, push down. That's the technique. We're going to go to the other side. Here, try to go a little faster. You can't stab. Get ready and go. Good. Good. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so what you saw there, it was a little fancy. All I did was go to the back of the crook of his knee and break him down after I did the wrist lock. So we're gonna go over it one more time, super slow, because I'm not sure if you caught that, so I'm gonna give this to Napoli one more time. So Mr. Napoli go super slow. I'm gonna cross block. As I cross block, I'm just doing this with my hands. That's what I want to do. I like this type of attack because even though if he's close, so Mr. I'm gonna get close. He's trying to stand from close, right? I can cross block him from here, right? And this limits any possibility of him using all this inertia to stand. From here, I grab my hand on top of his wrist. I'm gonna get off his center line, bring this over, make a reverse wrist, pull the weapon out of his hand, okay? So when he has the weapon in his hand and I cross block, you just wanna turn his wrist upwards like this and hold down onto it. We're gonna get the weapon out of his hand. Did that last time. But what I'm gonna go over is circular attacks with knife. So the most important thing you have to know is you shouldn't be worried about the person. You shouldn't be worried about their free hand. You should be worried where the weapon is. So your focus should be right away on the weapon. You know, you'll have people say, oh, look at the person's silhouette, look at their shoulders. I'm not looking at anything but the weapon, because that's what I want to neutralize. Once I neutralize the weapon, then I'll deal with the person themselves. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a circular attack, going around like this. I'm gonna have Kyle do it to me from both sides. And then I'm going to have, because Scott has pretty good practice with this, I'm going to have him defend from me, from Zyrtec, as well as Mr. Pat. All right, so it's here, in your mouth. All right, so we're going to do a circular attack. I'm just going to show you one technique. There are several techniques. I don't want to get into that because it's going to be like a jambalaya of techniques. And that's, you're not going to remember any of that. That's what you're thinking about. Good, so as you come to circular attack, what I'm going to do is I'm going to block. As I block here, I'm going to use my shuto to cut into his elbow, and I'm going to come down. Let's move. Step here and brace my knee against his armpit and remove the weapon out of his hand. So that's done in slow motion. The technique does work if he does it fast, but I just want to show you guys if I go too fast, you're going to see a body flying in here. All right? So we're going to go this way. He comes with a circular attack. I'm going to block. As I block, I'm going to grab the wrist, cut into the elbow, take his center line, and come down. And that's it. And again, I'll place my knee here against the arm. He tries to fight me to remove it. If he's really being like annoying and he's really trying to cut me, even so, all I got to do is bring my knee into his body. And that'll straighten the arm, causing a fulcrum, and that'll allow me to get the weapon out of the hand. All right, so we're gonna go a little faster, just so you see that in real time, and then both of these gentlemen will be defending from me. All right, very good. All right, you're good. All right, so go a little bit. You ready to go? And again, I wanted to do something else. I don't know why, but you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna do Shihonage.
I was like, man, this is like
I was gonna do Shihonage. All right, I apologize for that, guys. I got overly excited. Ready? There you go. Good. So that technique, just so you guys know, it's called elbow chop. There is a Japanese term. It doesn't come to mind right now. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, ready? Here you go. Okay, so in this particular instance, I flattened him out and I basically chicken winged his arm because the position that I was in, he was rolling too much. So I didn't want to lose him by trying to pin him down just yet. I want to flatten him out first. Thanks. Again, we're not going to go over that because that's like a whole different video. It's just, if I start showing you pins and stuff, we're going to lose purpose. So, most important thing, the guy comes in, I stop the weapon. From here, I place my hand here in the crook of his arm. As I do that, I step into his center line. I've already stopped the weapon from trying to attack me. I'm going to bend into his arm. See this momentum here? That's what caused him to go down. So, with this inertia that's coming at me, and the redirection of this energy, right, this will cause him to fall down, right? So, ladies and gentlemen,